So as I'm laying in a hospital bed, you got the entire
waiting room chuckling. Because
leave it to you.
Well, because after you're there for several hours, it kind of reruns on the
several
TV.
Hours?
Many of hours.
Try probably
7-8 hours
at that point.
So what they had on the TV, instead of having like Wheel of Fortune or something on, they had about raising babies, not until they're adults or whatever, like they were like babies until they stopped breastfeeding. Now, unfortunately, some people, I mean, not unfortunately, but some kids never stopped breastfeeding. But, so it kept going over and over
What do you mean
about...
some kids never stop breastfeeding?
I think that's how it is. But it was on like probably a 2-hour loop, 2.5-hour loop. And so it would start out, oh, you have your baby, yum, yum, you know, all pretty. And then it's like, well, this is how mama has to breastfeed. It's like, okay, and all these things, tilt your kid this way, blah, blah, blah. And after it got all, I think it went to finally when the baby would go in like a baby seat.
Yeah.
Then I think it restarted over, right? And I just had to say to everybody, I said, how the hell did we survive without that video? How did our moms know how to breastfeed?
There were a lot of people in that waiting room.
You know what?
Every time the emergency door opened, I could see people.
Yeah, they needed to laugh. Because the people that had been there like me for several hours, they'd watch the same thing over and over.
Oh my gosh. All right, so I'm not going to get on camera because I'm not camera presentable. But I spent 8 hours in the ER yesterday. It's not fun.
And I sat in the waiting room.
Oh, goodness sakes.
Because they were so busy, I couldn't go into a room with you.
I know. Well, because...
You didn't have a room.
Well... No, I was in the back patient waiting room. I had I had an EKG, I had a CAT scan, I had, what else did I have? I had a CT.
But we don't know the cat. Why?
I gotta look at my text for Ausia. I can't remember. I had 5 different. Where's my? Oh, I'm okay.
They poked and prodded you.
Oh my gosh.
For hours.
They did.
But you're healthy.
I went to the CT scan twice. They did my head first. I know.
They find anything?
No, nothing. There was nothing there.
I hate it when that happens every time.
Then they did the other end.
But there was no tumor.
They were trying to figure out the nausea part. Then, let's see, I did that. Oh, and then I went and had x-rays done. Chest x-rays.
Dang, I was busy beating on the dang vending machine.
I was so hungry.
For $1.
I was so hungry. I hadn't eaten since we left here at noon. 1:30?
1 o'clock, right?
Yeah, and it was 8 o'clock by this time. But I was so nauseated that, the first medication they gave me didn't help. So basically what happened was, because I have kidney disease, I am not doing well in altitude, and I have, what I got? I got a backache.
Issues.
We thought I thought maybe I had a kidney infection. But comes to find out that my kidneys are not regulating very well up in high altitude. So we know my brain is okay. We know my chest is okay. We know my stomach is okay.
Yeah.
It's just very nauseated.
Yeah.
They gave me so much nausea medication it knocked me out all the way home. We had an hour drive from the emergency room in Flagstaff
to Williams.
And I woke up at noon this afternoon. I've never slept so long in the last probably 10 years. I haven't slept like that. Woo!
Hey, maybe I'll do this. Go back to sleep.
Scottie is treating me very well, though. I'm sitting over here and he's made me lunch and made me a...
And I'm in my dirty work clothes.
So this is melted now. It was ice. So I have an excruciating headache I've had for 5 days. But Sue and Ed from Nomad Ranch, if you want to go check out their videos, she told me to put ice on my head because that can help So one of the things is my high blood pressure, right? So I have this excruciating headache. My blood pressure is like, what was it last night?
Too high. We don't want to announce it.
No, what was it? It was, I can't remember.
222 over 110, whatever that is.
Yeah. So.
Crazy!
Yeah. So even with a blood pressure pill, it's still, my head is still just pounding. So this, I'm gonna get ice in here in a minute, but it seems to be helping putting it directly on my forehead, or on my top of my head, and then it says to do it on your spine as well. So, anyways, all right, guys, that's what we're doing today. Woohoo!
I guess I gotta get back to making ice.
What have you been? So we're gonna be leaving, and unfortunately, we're going to even higher elevation. Because I have to go get my medications. Yeah, they've got a bunch of medication prescribed for me, but it wasn't ready last night. So you've been
packing, and
I packed yesterday, even though I was sick. I just kept packing. I had to keep sitting down. But
it's amazing after sitting in a place for, well, our rig has been here for June, July, 3 months.
Well, we got here in April.
Right.
Yeah.
So April. Dang.
But we don't have that much stuff, so I mean, we don't really. Not like a lot of people. We're pretty good about it. It just takes time to put things.
Coolers here and things like that.
Oh yeah, because we brought those. We brought those back from storage, which we probably just need to get rid of those. I told Scottie what we can't carry, we need to get rid of.
Hey, hold on. A little gnat. So he got through that.
Gnat?
He just hit me in the nose. I gotta hit my nose. I'm sorry. Oh.
Did you snuff him up?
No, I think he landed.
Oh. All right. So, anyways,
we have a problem now. Got me.
All right. So we are gonna be leaving hopefully tomorrow because I gotta get my meds in Flagstaff, which is an hour away. Ausia and Jeff and Jen and Jason are leaving today.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to just recoup from all the meds they gave me yesterday. I have rubber band legs. So.
Because it's warm.
Yeah. And then
we'll see. I already put away the generator and everything.
I know.
So
We'll
you gotta survive.
It's okay.
Today.
We're dealing with it.
Yeah.
Then we're gonna see how I do up at that elevation, even though it's a little higher.
Yeah.
It's 85.
I think we're going at 72.
Oh, okay. Ed said
I'm just
85.
going off of what they're telling me. They said it was 1,000 more.
Ed said 85 when they came over to visit, so that's what I was thinking. But I don't know. And we'll get my medication, and then we're going to evaluate from there. We may have to just leave and go do something else for a little bit.
Or go down to Sedona for a day.
Yeah.
It's not too far.
It's so hot. We'll see.
You got to be able to get by the water.
Yeah, I know. All right, guys, that's what we're doing today. Just thought we'd check in with you. Have a good one. We love you.
Sorry you don't get to see Teri. You have to look at this ugly mug, but I'm going to get her healthy.
I haven't cleaned up at all since I was at the hospital. I didn't even clean up to go to the hospital. I was like, I didn't care. I didn't feel good.
And you had more stickers on you.
I did.
Than
From
I could
the,
put on my
from the
window
EKG.
And probably black it out.
Yeah, I had a lot. I think there's still stickers on me from the EKG.
Uh-oh.
What a mess.
I'm going to have to check it out.
All right, bye, guys.